Jane, how did you first get started into writing?
Well, I think writing really started me. I had surgery, and while I was recuperating, I was getting bits and pieces of sentences, descriptions, and for maybe a week, I ignored it, but it kept on. And so I started writing it down, and it maybe a week or two, the word blossom came into my head, and that's when going to blossom became part of my life.
Well, tell us something about your first book, Going to Blossom.
It follows a man, it starts really in Czechoslovakia in the early 1900s, between when a young couple is married. Joseph, the man, is almost a religious fanatic, and he wants to start his own religion. But they are forced from their home in Prague to Chicago, the Chicago area, where he lands up with a job in a foundry. He blames his wife for his, more or less, what he considers destruction. And he rapes her. The child is born who hates her father. And from there we go. Myrtle is the mother of Michael Bishop, the young protagonist. And she hates men. I think with Going to Blossom and Beyond Blossom, I've demonstrated that it is possible to overcome negativity and abuse with love.
Oh, all right. So you see that as the theme of your books?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. And what are you working on right now?
I'm working on The Diamond Ship. It's a story of a young woman. Well, it starts from birth on. It's kind of like a Perils of Pauline. She has all kinds of experiences. But when on her 21st birthday, an announcement was made that turns her world upside down, and she flees and lands up on a cruise ship in the Mediterranean. And once she's there, all sorts of things happen. You know, Jim, I love creating characters to see exactly what they're going to do with the plot. My books more or less write themselves.
Your characters take off and do things you don't expect them to?
I may sit down and think I'm writing a certain chapter, and then I find out when I'm done writing that it's not exactly what I had in mind, and that's what happens.
Yeah, they sort of take on lives of their own, don't they? Yeah,
they do.
All right. So, what's when you're looking now at the future? When do you think Diamond Ship will be published? When you'll be finished?
I am hoping Diamond Ship will be published May or June.
Great. Is there anything you would like to say for those people who are beginning writers? Any advice?
I would say put it on paper. Write it down. Get a notebook and start writing it. If you're getting bits and pieces like I did, keep on writing, because eventually they're going to make sense. Don't be afraid of it. I started writing when I was 70. I've been writing for 14 years. And it's been one heck of a journey. It's been eye-opening. I love my critique group. They've taught me so much in the last 8 years. I don't know what I'd do without them. They're my family, my writing family. Love them all.
So do you think reading critique groups are important?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think, especially the one that I've been in, they've been former teachers. They've been in all sorts of walks of life. They've had experiences that will guide. They've guided me in different directions. My characters may set me off in one direction, and then my critique group will say, wait, now think about this, and I do. I appreciate every single comment.
Last question. What author or authors have influenced you the most?
I really am not an author person. I read books. I think one of my favorite is Diane Gabaldon writing the Outlander series. She has shown that she has done such research. Her characters, you know exactly who they are by what they say. I like the way she writes.